Congressman, let's turn to the debt ceiling, something that you and I both share a mutual disdain for, and I understand you have proposed eliminating it, something that I fully support since it serves no useful purpose. But I wanted to ask you about your assessment of the president's strategy. He came out and has basically eliminated the 14th Amendment to the Constitution option. He's essentially eliminated all of the ways of getting out of the debt ceiling without having Congress make the decision themselves. Do you think that's the right strategy? He's essentially put the ball in the court of the Republican House caucus and said, you guys have the choice. Are you going to raise it, or are you going to cause a default and deal with those economic consequences?
Well, I don't know if it's the right strategy. I frankly wish he hadn't ruled out the 14th Amendment, or for that matter, the platinum coin. He is betting that the Republican Party is not completely insane. I hope that's a good bet. I'm not sure it is. Because essentially what the Republicans are doing is saying, you know, that's a nice economy, like a 1930s gangster movie. That's a nice economy you got over there. Pity if it should happen to blow up if you don't pay me off with what I want. And that's a direct threat. And the hostage is the entire economy, because if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we will default, and if we default, we will have a depression. I mean, a real depression. The interest rates will spike on every public loan, every private loan. It'll knock the economy for a loop. We'll have a mass unemployment beyond what we have now. I hope the Republicans are not crazy enough to do that.
Congressman, I love when you make mafia analogies. Please keep it up. Let's talk to that vein about the Sandy relief bill, which became really politicized. Disaster relief is not supposed to be politicized. We saw 179 Republicans in the House vote against it, including people from Congresspeople from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Gulf states. Why did this bill become so politicized and have such a hard time getting through?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's the first time that we've had disaster relief of a large amount since this Congress got elected, in a Republican-dominated Congress. Certainly, there was a list of something like 67 Republican members who had supported, asked for, voted for, demanded disaster relief for their communities and their states when natural disasters hit in the Midwest and the Gulf Coast and so forth, and then refused to vote for it now. There's no rational answer to that. I'd like to believe it isn't that because they're prejudiced against New York or the Northeast for some reason, but it's hard to reach such a conclusion.
Congressman Jerry Nadler, thank you so much for joining us.